So, Ashraf, you spoke about humility and intelligence. Can you please explain what is the relationship between humility and intelligence? And why is an intelligent person humble? And how can we actually learn and grow beyond the level of unawareness?
Yes. So humility is correlated to intelligence, from my perspective. That it is a humble person who's really aware of the level of their unawareness. I must speak from my own personal experience. From over 20 years ago, my own growth really began the day I came to accept that I really don't know. I came to know that I didn't really know. And that's when I actually began the process of growth and development. So humility is very important. If you assume that you already know and what you know really is all that there is to know, or mostly of what there is to know, you will never learn, you will never grow, you will never develop. You will never have an experience of your expanded self, your creative self, your multidimensional self. So to be humble is an essential prerequisite of progress on this path, and to be humble is to actually be intelligent, because you recognize that as much as you know, there's always more that you don't know. As much as we are aware, even myself, as much as I am aware, there's way, way, way more than I am unaware. That I'm unaware of. So I am as aware as I am. There is more that I am unaware of, and yes, that I began on this journey with the awareness that I really was unaware. And what little awareness I had was actually corrupt, and very few people are prepared to humble themselves to that point of, what if I'm not as intelligent as I think I am? What if there is beyond what I know, and that knowledge is going to really benefit me? Am I willing to actually surrender all that I know, or am I going to hold on to what I know as a vested interest? So if our knowledge or our thinking at this particular point before the journey is something that we want to champion, which might be illusory or not truth-based, then we continue to live in a world of stress and strain, distress and discomfort, and we keep ourselves in lack and keep ourselves away from prosperity. So, if you are really, really at ease, and if you're really, really joyful, and if you really, really are loving and loved, and if your life is easy and there is flow, and you have people who care about you and support you, then that means you can, that means that you have some degree of spiritual intelligence or intelligence. But if you are not experiencing ease, joy, love, trust, if you don't experience being supported, if your life is not easy, if there is stress and strain, if there's distress, if there's disease, if there's lack, then we want to humble ourselves and acknowledge that I might not know as much as I think I know, or I might have an inflated sense of intelligence, but I really am not. And so I just want to end this with, do not be confused by the fact that you might have done well in school or university and thinking that because I did well at school or university that I'm intelligent, which a lot of people think I'm intelligent because I was well schooled in something, or I learned lessons, or I know how to run a business. So what we're talking about here is being aware of the nature of reality. That's what we're talking about here. And this is not taught in schools, it's not taught in university. Most of our parents and families were unaware of this. Even our teachers, leaders, and even spiritual leaders oftentimes are unaware of this. So we begin to recognize that the human condition on the planet at this particular point is a very lowly one. And there is, for us to humble ourselves, to recognize if we are doing so great, if we were as intelligent as we thought we were as individuals or as a species, the world would be reflecting that. And sadly it's not. So we've got to humble ourselves and open up and receive the information that is insightful and empowering, that can support the transformation of our being and the changing of our life experiences to a higher quality of being and a higher quality of living. So thank you again for that question as well.